Dear students, today we will read the lesson The Portrait of a Lady, written by Khuswant Singh. In this lesson, The Portrait of a Lady, it is an autobiography by Khuswant Singh. It is a perception of Khuswant Singh of his grandmother through his own eyes. Khuswant Singh recalls his grandmother as an eternally old person. She was an extremely religious person. It was difficult for him to believe that once she was too young and pretty like other women. The stories about her childhood games were like fairy tales to him. About the author, Khuswant Singh. Khuswant Singh was born in Punjab on 2nd February 1915. He was educated at Modern School Delhi, St. Stephen's College and Government College Lahore. He was an author known for his book Train to Pakistan, inspired by the partition of India. He also served in the Indian Foreign Service and as a journalist for the All India Radio. He also served as an MP in Rajya Sabha during 1980 to 1986. Theme of the lesson. In The Portrait of a Lady by Khuswant Singh, we have the theme of innocence, friendship, love, connection, kindness, selflessness, respect and acceptance. The grandmother was an epitome of love and sacrifice, which is highlighted as the main theme. The whole story revolves around her. The fact that generation gap is not an unsurpassable gulf is characterized by the fact that a wave of nostalgia overpowers us when we think of the simple and serene days of our childhood spent with parents and grandparents. Description of the grandmother. Khuswant Singh recalls his grandmother as an extremely old person. She was an extremely religious person. It was difficult for him to believe that once she was too young and pretty like other women. Now she was short, fat and slightly stooped in stature. Her silvery white hair used to scatter on her wrinkled face. The author remembers her hobbling around the house in spotless white clothes with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop and the other busy in telling the beads of her rosary. Her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayers. She was not beautiful in worldly sense, but she looked extremely beautiful with the peacefulness, serenity, and the contentment her countenance displayed. Khuswant Singh, there are 3 stages of the relationship mentioned in the lesson. The stage 1. Khuswant Singh lived in a village with her as his parents were looking for the opportunity to settle down in the city. In village, grandmother took care of all the needs of the child. She was quite active and agile. She woke him up in the morning, got him ready for the school, plastered his wooden slate, prepared his breakfast, and escorted him to the school. They fed street dogs with stale chapatis on their way to school and returning to home, which was a great fun for them. She helped him in his lessons also. In this period, she was not the sole unchallenged guardian, mentor, and creator of the child Khuswant. Stage 2. The turning point came in the relationship when they came to the city to stay with Khuswant Singh's parents. In city, Khuswant Singh joined an English school and started to go to school in a motor bus. Now she could not accompany him to the school. Despite taking lot of interest in his studies, she could not help him in his lesson because he was learning English and many more things which she could not understand. One more thing which disturbed her a lot was that the kids were not learning about God and scriptures in the school. Instead, they were given music lessons, which was not an honorable thing in her opinion. She highly disapproved of this and she could not change it. She was dismayed and withdrew herself to some extent. Perhaps she had realized that in the makeover of the child, her role was finished, and this very thought saddened her most. Stage 3. After finishing school, Khushwant Singh went to university. He was given a separate room. The common link of their friendship was snapped. His grandmother confined herself to a self-imposed seclusion. The only recreation for her was in the afternoon when she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. A kind-hearted person, in village she used to feed street dogs. Here in city she focused on birds, and they too became very friendly with her. This was the phase when she found herself totally isolated and aloof. But she braved this isolation with grace and dignity. He recalls that when he went abroad for further studies, his grandmother was there to see him on railway station, quite calm, busy telling the beads of her rosary and rectifying prayers as always, reciting prayers as always. When the narrator returned home after 5 years, his grandmother met him at the station. She did not look a day older. She did not speak anything. She held him in her arms and went on reciting her prayers. In the afternoon, she fed the sparrows as usual. In the evenings, a change came over her. She didn't pray. Instead, she collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum, and continued thumping the old drum for several hours and sang of the homecoming of warriors. The next morning, she fell ill. She had a mild fever, but she told them that her end was near. She realized that she had forgotten to pray. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling beads. Then her lips stopped moving. The rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. Her face looked pale but peaceful. She was dead. Grandmother's deep love for animals. As noted in the summary above, the grandmother had deep love and affection for animals. She used to feed the stray dogs in her village while escorting her grandson to the school. In the city, she used to feed the sparrows regularly. Upon her death, the sparrows came that evening but did not chirp at all, and did not take notice of the breadcrumbs thrown to them by the author's mother. The sparrows too realized that their dear friend, the author's grandmother, was no more, and they mourned her death. Expressions used in the lesson. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. The author could not accept that the grandmother whom he had known to be eternally old was young and pretty at some time. Second, old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older. The grandmother looked extremely old. She couldn't have grown older anymore. She looked the same terribly old lady for the last 20 years. Thank you. The end.